Cedar Point is one of the most renowned theme parks on the planet with 17 roller coasters, and most of them being record breakers and top 10 rides. In our group, the Tango Fanboys, only 3 of us have been to Cedar Point, with Chris, that's me, going in 2012, Nevin and Zach going in 2019. We pretty much agree on a solid top 10 out of 17 in the park, so you may not see some of your favorite coasters on this list.
Alright, starting at number 10 is Blue Streak, a PTC out and back woody. The ride is very short and sweet. You get solid airtime on those first few hills, and for an old wooden coaster, it is pretty smooth.
You know what, Nevin? You and your opinions. However, I put Wicked Twister above Blue Streak simply because it's a little more unique in my opinion. Unique, I mean, there's a lot of out and back wooden coasters in the world, so... But there aren't too many impulse coasters, especially with 2 twists.
At number 9 is Gemini, an aerodynamics dueling hybrid coaster. When Gemini opened, it was marketed as the world's tallest and fastest coaster in 1978, but it really was not. There were several that were taller at the time, however, it was America's tallest full-circuit coaster. Besides the controversy and the records, this ride is actually a lot of fun. It's very smooth, has some fun pops of air, and the racing part makes this ride really unique. With other racing coasters, it always seems that people are like, yeah, whatever. But with Gemini, everyone gets in the spirit of racing. Also, not to mention, being able to high-five each other on the turns is an absolute blast. One of my most memorable moments of the ride. Gemini is a true classic, and I hope it stays at Cedar Point for a very long time.
At 8, we have Valraven, a B&M dive coaster, and opening is the world's tallest and fastest dive coaster in 2016. Despite what people say, Zach and I really enjoyed Valraven when we visited in 2019. We got 2 really good rides on it, one in the front and one in the back. The dive gimmick was actually pretty cool, and in the back you get some nice airtime. The second half of the ride is very enjoyable with another airtime-filled drop, and the awesome 270-degree roll. Valraven is nothing stellar, but it is certainly a great supporting coaster. My only complaint about Valraven are the ops for being known for being very slow, and the restraints don't give much room for freedom on the dive gimmick. Along with that, the brakes slam to a stop when stacking 3 trains. But overall, it was a very good ride, and I feel like it gets too much hate.
At number 7 is Gatekeeper, a B&M wing coaster, again opening as the world's tallest and fastest of its kind in 2013. Gatekeeper is a solid coaster. It may not have a ton of forces, but it is pretty enjoyable. The wing over drop provides some weird but fun forces in the back and some pretty cool hang time in the front. And the rest of the ride really feels like you're flying. The keyholes are really cool near miss elements, and all the inversions are smooth and graceful. The only downfall of this ride is the slight bounce you feel on the outside of seats, the weak ending, and the restraints' lack of freedom. Overall, Gatekeeper is another solid ride, and it has a great layout and is another great supporting coaster at Cedar Point. At number 6 is Raptor, a B&M invert, once again opening as the world's tallest and fastest of its kind in 1993. Raptor is one of the most intense coasters I've been on, with its massive inversions, high G-force, and insane whip on some of the elements. The Cobra Roll provides some almost headbanging whip, but somehow it does not headbang, and it actually is pretty smooth. Same thing with the corkscrews, and we cannot forget about that ending helix. It just pushes you down into your seat, and you're guaranteed to gray out every time. Raptor is our favorite invert at the time of this video, and also, it certainly stands out as a coaster in the park, and will most likely remain that way for years.
At number 5 is Thrill Dragster, an Intamin strata coaster, opening as the world's tallest and fastest coaster in 2003 with a height of 420 feet and speeds of 120 miles per hour. In 2005, it got dethroned by Kingda Ka at Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey. Kingda Ka has a height of 456 feet and speeds of 128 miles an hour. Even though Ka is taller and faster, Thrill Dragster is seen by the far superior coaster to enthusiasts. Thrill Dragster comes in at number 5 because there's no other coaster like it at the point, let's face it. From the intense smooth launch to the staggering height, and only having seatbelts and lap bars, it just makes an adrenaline-filled 20-second ride. That makes you want to go back for more. At number 4 is Millennium Force, the world's first Giga coaster manufactured by Intamin and opened in the year 2000. This coaster has some insane hype surrounding it. It has won numerous Golden Tickets awards for being the world's best steel coaster. It may have been back in 2000, but even then, that is tough to say. This ride is great, not just number 1 worthy. The views off the lift hill are absolutely stunning, and the drop is amazing. It provides great airtime and feels like a very long drop. After the drop, there is a forceful turnaround, and after that, it feels like the ride kind of dies off with forces. However, the sense of speed keeps the ride going, and there are a few floater moments thrown in there. The front is definitely the place to be for the ride. You may not feel the drop as much as you do in the back, but you feel the speed and forces a little more. Also, not to mention, there are the beloved T-bars that really make this ride so much better.
At number 3 is Magnum XL-200, the world's first hypercoaster, opening in 1989, manufactured by Aerodynamics. This coaster is an acquired taste to say the least. It can be painful, but if you can handle it, this ride is insane. The first drop and hill are pretty much nothing special, with the exception of a good view, but after that, the dive into the first tunnel, it gets intense. You get awesome sustained ejector airtime on that hill, then you get the weird laterals on the turnaround with the strange banking and shakiness. It's just a lot of fun. It's not rough, but it's definitely not smooth. It's like the nice little in-between. After that, you get into the insane ejector alley, with just ejector hill after ejector hill. The airtime on this ride is absolutely insane. It's almost painful, and if you want to call Skyrush Thigh Crush, you're wrong. This is Thigh Crush, but in a good way. And for a 31-year-old coaster, it's pretty damn good, and it deserves to be one of the best at Cedar Point.
In my opinion, I think that Millennium Force is just a little bit better than Magnum, but they're fairly close, so I do see where people are coming from putting Magnum over Millennium Force. This brings us into number 2. Here we have Maverick, the world's first Intamin Blitz coaster. Maverick lands in the number 2 spot because it's just very fun. The way it rips around the turns and pops some epic airtime. On top of that, I was just completely blown away by the sheer speed of the lift. And with that, the 95-degree drop just flies down, making for a fun ride filled with forces. And now we have number 1, Steel Vengeance. This seems to be a favorite among many enthusiasts. This ride packs 30 seconds of airtime, and you're constantly flying at your seat. The 4 inversions it has give some great hang time and lift. While some people think this was the world's best coaster, and some don't, many can agree this ride is amazing and is definitely the best at Cedar Point. Bow down to RMC.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment down below what your top 10 at Cedar Point is, and if you like what you saw, leave a like and make sure to subscribe for more. And we'll see you guys in the next video.